Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition here on NDB Media, Trekking Across the Universe. Today is July 12th, 2024. Duh, notice the calendar. Countdown's coming, July 17th, but we'll get to that in a moment. Folks, you know who I am. I'm Roger. I'm over here on the West Coast in Southern California. Over to my right, I have Jag. How are you doing, young man? How
I'm
is
excited.
Texas?
Texas is nice, and I'm excited to see the two epic gentlemen in front of us here.
Yes, I understand it's raining over there in Texas. Is that true?
It's been raining since the hurricane, but we have even a bigger storm in front of us.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm glad it's raining. Michael, how you doing out there on the East Coast? What's going on?
Rain here too, but that's okay.
Out here in LA, no rain for several days. It's all good. Folks, head on over to ndbmedia.net. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. Help us out. We are nowhere near electric now. Electric entertainment. We would like to be, but we appreciate your help. Folks, obviously head on over to sci-fi.com/the-arc. And we're here because of the gentleman at Electric Entertainment. And we're going to get to him right now. Dean Devlin I'm going to introduce Dean. You know him from Stargate, Independence Day, The Patriot, Leverage, Librarians, Godzilla, The Outpost, and of course now The Ark. Dean, welcome back. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's very kind of you, Dean. Thank you for being on. And of course, Jonathan Glassner, partner in crime, also known from Stargate SG-1, The Outer Limits, CSI Miami, The Outpost, which I almost forgot, and of course The Ark as well. Jonathan, thank you. This is the first time on our program. We're humbled to have you on with us. How are you?
Great. I feel like I've been on your program a million times because so many of our cast have been on it. I always watch it.
Wow, Jonathan, thank you. That scares us, and it also it makes us feel really nice. And of course, I want to introduce someone by the name of Jill. Don't worry, Jill. I'm not going to put you on the spotlight, but I know you're on with us as well. So it's all good. She's in what we call the green room right here. So she's on standby. But don't want to put anyone on blast. Folks, obviously, we're here for The Ark. It was nominated for the Best New Genre Television Series, and it's going to start July 17th. Programming note, it'll be on Peacock a week after, and then we'll get to some of those other details right now. But we already have okay, Jill, I got a comment from Jill already. So the chat room is going wild, gentlemen. We already have likes from Aisha Kerr, Marsha Middleton, and Susie Bonebreak. And let me get to them. Wow, look at this. Peeking to say, let's talk about The Ark Season 2. I'm ready, but hopefully not a lot of spoilers. No, we're not going to have any spoilers. Let's see. Although I will admit I'm intrigued by what Richard Fleischman said about something happening that he did not like. Oh, well, we'll see. Arc 54. Oh, look, there it is. The first number, Arc 54. So good morning, afternoon. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. Obviously excited for Season 2. They're just checking in. Wow, we have a lot of comments right now. Yes, we'll ask you guys about that in a moment. Hi, thank you all for joining us. Hi, Dean. Hi, John. No, of course, it was said in my voice. Sorry. And they're saying hi to each other. So we're going to get to quite a few. Wow, we have quite a few comments. So we're going to get, hey, Zach. I don't recognize Zach. So that is cool. Daniel says, so excited to blast off for Season 2. Gentlemen, was it a lot easier this year as opposed to last year because of all that nasty thing called COVID and stuff to get the program out?
Not really. It's it's a challenging show to pull off on a TV schedule. I mean, TV is, it's like that old Lucy show where the chocolates are going down the line trying to keep up, and it moves fast, and we have a lot of visual effects and a lot of stunts, and it's a challenging show.
In a way, it was harder than Season 1 because we were really pleased and surprised at the reception we got in Season 1. And we both felt this obligation to this audience to step up our game. So we wanted the effects to be better. We wanted our sets to look better. We wanted to have our shows explore more sci-fi concepts than we did in the first season. So in a way, it was harder because well, not us, but the audience lifted the bar, and we felt we had to reach that bar.
Well,
are you glad? Are you glad, or kind of do you wish you could have just stayed where you were and you were fine, or are you glad for the challenge?
Well, both John and I are we're nerds ourselves, so we understand that thing of when you really love a show, and the sci-fi fans, they don't embrace everything, but if they embrace a show, you have to live up to it, and that's why we make this stuff.
And we have fun doing it too. It's not like it's a lot of hard work, but it's fun work. So do what you love, as they say.
oh, I bet being able to do this. Folks, I want to let everyone know we're going to get to your questions, and I'm glad we have some already. Arc54 says they're on board and listening. We're going to get to the groups. You guys, or you gentlemen, I don't know if you know, but on Facebook, you have a huge audience, and we're going to get to those groups right now. We're going to give them a shout out because they've been getting word out as well. And I think we're going to start with this one right now. It's a technical question. Susie says, wondering why the arc isn't released on Peacock until a week later. Last year was only the next day. Is it even possible to answer that question, or is it just the way they're scheduling this year?
There's a lot of issues, I think, that goes on about rights and who has it when, and the cable companies wanting to make sure that they have something exclusively for a while, and I don't know the whole details of it all. But listen, I'm just grateful that it's not one of these things where you have to wait 6 months for the streaming platform. So I think the fact that we can get it a week later is really a great gift for the fans. If you missed the show and you didn't set your DVR, you can catch it on the streaming platform.
As a matter of fact, you are able to get the entire program available at electricnow.tv, correct? And we don't have the banner. I'm so sorry. We meant to have that.
For a limited time only. We're marathoning season 1 so people can catch up, but that'll only last until season 2 begins. So if you haven't caught up, catch up now on Electric Now or on Peacock or the sci-fi.com. But yeah, if you haven't seen all of season 1, catch up now because you want to be on that train for season 2.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I was catching up the other night, and it's amazing what you forget from the time you saw it to now. And that's why I thanked you on that tweet, because I was like, I forgot that happened, or I forgot this happened. And so it's amazing that it's great that you guys have it on a marathon schedule. That's awesome.
As a matter of fact, I was able to purchase it on Amazon. Sorry, I don't mean to put it as another competitor. I found it. If it's available, I'm probably going to get it again. Unfortunately, that's where I have all my stuff, so I won't say that again. But I did buy it, and it was a matter of, oh, wow, will Amazon Prime get their hands on this series? It's the only streaming service I have. That Aisha is from the United Kingdom, so we are international. So
it's possible in the UK. I mean, right now we're on Sky in the UK, but I'm not sure what streaming service will have it. It could end up being Amazon Prime.
fair enough. I'm going to turn this one over to Jag in just a moment, but there was a comment that you guys made, and this will be one of my questions. When we were so privileged to have many of the actors on with us, it amazed us that they were so invested in the series. You gentlemen chose well, man. They themselves, I mean, well, Jonathan, you saw the interviews then, right? I mean, wow. They were just so invested. And it's not that we see it different, I guess there's a stereotype that it's, whatever. That was amazing how they were playing along with us as well, wanting to know what we were going to think. And it was terribly exciting. Humbly, you guys chose well on all the people that were on the program. And I don't know if you can answer this one, but Lisa Brenner in any of the episodes. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that one there.
Unfortunately, Lisa's not on in season 2. We'll have to see if there's more flashbacks in season 3.
Okay, so now we know that is fair. So JJ Joe says Samantha Glassner was a surprise gem in the show. Yeah, John, she was mean. But that's the way you wrote her, right?
Yes, that's not how she is at all in real life. It's I don't know what a psychologist would say about about how I wrote my own daughter's character, but
Did she have? I can't remember. I think she might have said, but did you kind of tell her exactly what to do, or did she kind
No.
of throw some things in there?
No, I'll tell you, her character was initially only supposed to be a 2-character arc.
A 2-episode arc.
A
Really?
2-episode arc, sorry. And she had to audition like everybody else. And so I sent her the sides and had her put it on tape. And, we thought she did a good job, and the network and the studio thought she did a good job. So there she went. And then it just sort of evolved. The character evolved, and we realized that it was working really well as another villain. And so we just kept writing her, and it just kept evolving. And there she is.
We didn't want to let her go.
Well, we definitely appreciate that. Before I go to Jag, Susie says everyone is bringing it so much on Electric now. They're able to quote dialogue in their sleep. Yeah, unfortunately, I think some of us can. But, folks, we appreciate your comments. We're going to get to them as we continue the conversation. Jag, go for it.
So I'm going to start with the fact that Roger already stole my first question. And
I'm sorry.
Michael stole my second question. So I'm going to have to come up with verbatim.
Sorry.
So I'm curious. I know the strike, the writer's strike, had an effect on production, but I'm curious how much of the landscape of the program that you have for season 2 was the strike was just a matter of putting it on paper? That's all you needed because you already had an idea how season 2 was going to go, or did the strike affect you?
We actually had a first draft of the first 4 episodes when the strike hit. So we got to get a little bit of the work done, but then we had to shut down for the rest of the strike. I think, look, one of the advantages of being on Sci-Fi is that you're not waiting 2-3 years to get your next season. But we did have to wait that extra time that we got shut down because of the strike.
And we did, I think, to answer your question also, we did know where we were going. We had sort of blocked out the whole season, and then the strike hit, and we had to stop.
So obviously, with the strike, did it put extra pressure on the fact that you wanted to bring all that extra production value on season 2? Now that you had the strike, did you have did your deadlines get extended, or did they say no? This is your date. You got to still meet it.
No, they were understanding about. Otherwise the show would have come on several months ago. But, Electric is a small independent company, so it put a real strain on us financially. But unlike some other companies, we decided not to let anyone go during the strike because we knew that once it was over, we needed to hit the ground running. So it put a lot of strain on the company, but I couldn't be more proud of the show that we ended up making.
Yeah, it looks great if anybody hasn't checked out the trailer, check it out. It's just amazing, the visuals. And then don't forget After the Arc. That's a hidden gem in regards to getting the extra knowledge or the extra little morsels of information, because I happened to watch After the Arc, the season 2 premiere or preview, and there were some little morsels in there that I want to get into a little later. But that's what I wanted to start off. So I'm going to bring it back to my co-hosts.
Okay, we're going to go back. Trust me, we're going back to you, Jag, and to Michael. All right, we're going to get to this one right now. Marcia Middleton says, looking forward to seeing the Arc at the new Electric Con. So I guess I should have had that banner ready to go, but it is down at the bottom. Might we see some of the cast? I know it's early, but some of the cast going to be there?
We're hoping so. I mean, a lot of this has to do with people's schedules, and a lot of our talent on the show is in Europe, so whether they can get to the United States or not. But we definitely expect there will be some of the cast here. How many or who is yet to be determined. We try not to announce unless we absolutely know for certain they're going to come, because we don't want to disappoint anyone. But everybody wants to come. It's just working out schedules.
Excellent. That is an absolutely big deal. I know that several people have already confirmed. Michael already has his hotel room over there. And yours truly. I'm going to be hard on myself, though. I'm going to end up driving because I have family along the way. So I'm going to make it a 3-day trip. No one cares. I just had to put it in there. So it's all good. Actually, Michael's going to be a 5-day trip.
Yeah, I'm seeing friends on the way too. I'm driving also. I'm in DC, so.
So Dean and Jonathan, on behalf of Michael and I, we sincerely thank you. Because of ElectricCon, we're going to be able to see family whether they like us or not. But they're going to be on their way. So Really looking forward to this. Can you give us an idea what's going to be at Electricon? I imagine. Well, yeah. Why don't you?
Well, I think the thing is, all of our online life has gotten so rich now that you really got to figure out a reason to leave your home. And I think the thing about Electricon is it's really going to be a kind of immersive experience for anyone who enjoys the shows that we make here at Electric Entertainment. We're going to have people from the shows. There'll be very special events happening. There'll be a concert happening. And for certain ticket holders, there'll actually be a tour of our set in New Orleans of Leverage Redemption. So it'll be a pretty interesting event. The guys over at Creation Entertainment, they're really innovative. They're coming up with a lot of great stuff, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, we already have a golden ticket buyer right there. She's getting her plane ticket tomorrow.
Nice.
Nope, I want to fly, but it's not going to happen. Sarah Ram says, it's so funny for me to watch after the, what you guys are doing on After the Arc is amazing as well. And hearing people's real accents is how they speak during the show, how many of the cast are actually American versus from another country. It's exciting how varied your cast is. Where are they not from would be easier to ask, right?
It's true. That's all across Europe, a lot from the UK, but all across Europe.
And Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christina blew me away when I saw her as a character of Kat, and she has that perfect American accent. Then I saw her on YouTube on one of the interviews, and she's British. It just amazed me that she had that talent for the way she did her character, and I thought she was really somebody from Kansas or something. So it's just amazing that you guys did great on the casting. I wanted to ask you, actually, I'm going to admit something to you, Dean, given that we've gone back 20,000 years and friends and stuff. And it's actually a little embarrassing to say, given that I have the hat and everything. I'm a big fan. By the way, I hope you don't sue. But I had
way to go, dude.
I had no idea until you tweeted on February 1st that you were going to say, "Hey, we're an hour away from the Arc." I had no idea that you had this new project.
Wow.
So after your tweet, it's when I went ahead and did all the research in like an hour. Oh, it's this show. It's going to be this. And then that's when I started watching, which leads me to this question. I already tweeted to you, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Are you going to live tweet or live post this year or this season?
We're going to try and do something live, whether it's on Facebook or X or one of the other platforms. It's just the problem of the time zones, because so much of our cast is in the UK. So we're trying to see what we can work out. We definitely want to do something. I haven't announced anything yet because nothing's been absolutely decided. But as you know, we like to do stuff like this with the fans. We enjoy it. I think the fans get a kick out of it. So we'll try and do something.
Okay, but now my specific question: are you going to be doing it like last year, where you live tweet during the interview? I mean, during the episode.
Well, this is one of these things where my family is constantly yelling at me to get off the phone. I kind of can't resist. It's an interesting thing. If you work in theater, you put all this energy out, but at the end of the show, you hear this applause and the energy comes back to you.
Right.
If you do a movie, it's a couple of years, but then you go into a movie theater and all that energy comes back. But when you do television, aside from hearing what people say on social media, the energy doesn't really come back. It just kind of goes out into that void. So I have to admit, I am a bit addicted to hearing what the fans have to say.
Yes, and it's fun. Because it's funny because you'll say, "What do you think is going to happen here?" And I see everybody typing in, "Oh, Bryce is going to do this," or Eva's going to do that. And then the writers, by the way, an incredible group of writers that you have, including Mr. Glassner. Sorry, Jonathan.
Thank you.
An incredible group of writers, because we can't give much away in season 2, but that whole Trent arc where he was right in front of our face, that he was the killer or the guy that did. We all down here, we missed it. We had no idea until it was revealed, and then we went, "Oh yeah," when he was dealing with Alicia and everything else, and the little.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret on that.
Oh, okay.
So after I wrote the pilot, and Jonathan and I started working together. John said, "Well, who's the killer?" And I went, "I don't know." So
and it was
that
funny
was
because
all Jonathan's
you
invention at that point. Because
it was funny because
somebody did it. I don't know.
you posted that and we were all guessing and we all missed it. It was amazing because it was like, and it was right in front of our face. So this classic 180 that the show is known for, that we think this is going to happen and it actually completely different, and it's usually way beyond what we even thought.
Oh, just wait till you see season 2.
Yeah.
We definitely raised the bar there as well. Even our actors were like, "What?" Get these texts at 2 a.m. What?
That's right.
I got a few calls from actors saying, "I don't know how I feel about this," and I'd say, "Trust us." And then after we finished it, they'd be like, oh, "Now I get it. Yeah, it worked." So
and that's always stuff. When we had the cast on, that's what they always said. They say they entrusted the showrunners, even if it's something didn't make sense at the time. They said, of course, once they did a hindsight, they would go, of course that had to happen. And they have an incredible amount of trust with you guys in how to run the show.
That's actually something interesting that you bring up, because you also brought up, how the things that you forgot when you rewatch it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people rewatching the show and seeing things they never saw before now that they know where it goes. It's like suddenly they see where the pieces were
right
hidden.
in front of them.
Yeah, and they see things that they never saw before because of that. So it's been real fun to watch people reacting to the rewatch.
And the other thing is, we don't tell the actors what's coming unless it's something they need to be playing in advance.
Right.
Because we want them to be as surprised as everybody else is when it hits them. So that's why they react like that sometimes, because they don't know quite where we're going with it.
They told us that in some of them were on our show, that they trusted the writers, but they had no idea sometimes what was going to happen. They were in the dark, but I think they enjoyed it too.
It's like Roger said earlier, it starts from the top, you guys, in regards to how you casted your show, because the investment, not only from the cast, but obviously from you guys, obviously spread through the entire crew. I'm just saying the cast, I'm sure the crew as well. Did a lot of sacrificing to get to that show, to get to a point. And
that's one of the things that people don't realize when you do a sci-fi show. If you do a cop show, you can go to a store and you can buy costumes, or you can go to a prop house and rent some props. When you do a science fiction show, every single thing you're looking at has to be manufactured from scratch. Yeah. And so, this team that we have in Serbia, they're remarkable what they're able to pull off week after week. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. Just the sets. I thought some of the sets were digital, especially that big one with the staircase, the observation line. I thought that was actually a digital set at first, and then they said that was actually practical. And that's not something easy to pull off.
No.
And I'm sure when you start off a freshman show, you don't have much money to work with. I'm guessing. Anyway, I don't want to take over. Let's go back to the comments here. I'm sure there's quite a few of them.
As a matter of fact, that's what I was going to do. Thank you, Jag. No, it's all good, man. Arc54 says, okay, Dean, considering Christian King was teasing you about being on your other shows, is it possible to have him sneak a cameo as a member of Arc 8? So,
it's funny. My original thought on the pilot episode was to have him play the character that got killed at the end. I thought if I had Christian King on the episode and murdered him at the end of the episode, people would lose their minds. But the good news is I've kept Christian working on 3 other shows, so he hasn't been available to be on the Arc. But we'd love to get him on at some point.
Now, this is what I think you were talking about in the convention. Dean, will the bus ride to the Redemption set be free? So
I don't know. I mean, Creation is putting that all together, but I'm assuming that they will bus everyone from the convention to the set.
Wow, that is cool. So we'll see. That's something to look forward to. Possibly. We'll see. Yeah, that'll be cool. Dean is interactive with fans on X, Twitter during the show too. JP Nicholas as well. Yeah. Dean off air or on other programs when you're not here, I've always said that you are one of those that are a friend of fandom. You spend time with us, and it's absolutely awesome. I say it again now with you in front. I admire that. I respect that, and I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have a conversation with you. But Sarah, and you too, Jonathan, as well. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I actually said a few things about you. And if you were watching now, I'm like, oh my god. So, but I said it in jest, of course. I'm like, oh, Mr. Glassner probably is not going to appreciate that. So I do
it's an
apologize.
interesting thing. I mean, I'm grateful that the fans appreciate that Jonathan and I get in there and talk to people, but shouldn't everybody? I mean, it's a weird thing that the entertainment business is the one business that doesn't try to nurture a one-on-one relationship with their customers. Every other business tries to do that, and it just seems to me that that's just respectful. These people are giving us their time, their money, their energy. They're going online and promoting our show. Of course, we should develop relationships together. I mean, I think we have a responsibility for that.
And let me
Amen.
just say that you've been doing that for at least 28 years, considering
Yes.
from what I've seen. And
Jag,
you've been always.
I think you and I first started talking during The Visitor.
It was actually Independence Day. I reached
Was it
out to
during
you.
Independence Day?
I reached out to you and I said, "Hey, you rock." And then you wrote back like immediately, "No, you rock." And then we found out about the website, and it was cool to hang out with just that small group at the time. But you were always at the forefront of fandom, and always pioneering the new technology. That's why it's not surprising to hear that you have improved the visual effects and the production logistics for season 2, because you've always had the fan mind in the back of yours,
Well, I
and
remember
making sure that.
when the movie Stargate was about to come out. This was in
Stargate. Yeah.
this was in '94,
Yes.
and I was very worried about MGM's ability to promote the show.
Mhm.
And so I just asked them, I said, well, can I have two things? I said, can I have all the science fiction conventions and can I have the internet? And they said, yeah, you can do whatever you want at the sci-fi conventions. That's, sure, whatever. And what's the internet?
Yeah,
Oh,
And we
exactly.
wow.
And if I'm
actually,
not
we created the very first
first,
movie website for
yep.
Stargate. And the team that made that website went on to make a movie called, oh gosh, what's that horror movie? That was like the found footage movie.
Blair Witch?
Oh,
Paranormal Activity.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you've always been at the forefront of that, and you know what? I went the other day to Wayback Machine, and I went back to see Centropolis back when the
Oh
days.
my gosh.
It's
Oh.
amazing. It was amazing to go back to the memories and see all that stuff, and the way you used to have remember the chats where you had
Oh,
the
yeah.
little car come in, and we had all those different actors and stuff. I mean, you've always been at the forefront. So it's no surprising to me, and I'm sure the rest of the fans, how much investment you put into these shows, and now this convention, which is awesome. That was an incredible, epiphany of
I
having
think
that
it'd be a lot
happen.
of fun. It could be a lot of fun. And part of the thing about fandoms, especially genre fandoms, the fandom around Stargate, the fandom around Star Trek, they're not just people who like a show. They create communities and friendships. And
Correct.
I think that the fans of our shows are very similar to that. I mean, if you talk to the people who liked The Outpost, we haven't made an Outpost episode in a few years, and yet they still communicate on a daily basis. So
Correct.
I think that's part of the fun of it.
Yes, it is.
Part of
And
the fun is what you gentlemen do and the entire crew at Electric Entertainment now. And you're still doing it weekly. There's a lot to be said, John, for having a conversation every week about the program, is it not? We were lucky to be a
Yeah.
part of that, but that's what Dean you were talking about a moment ago. It's the individual one-on-one. When you drop it all a season at one time, yeah, it's cool, it's good, but you can't talk to them about it because it's over. It's done.
I mean, I think, look, there's a lot of people who really enjoy binging a show, and I
Yeah.
respect that, and that's cool.
Mhm.
But there is something fun about seeing a show and then spending a week talking to other people about it.
Yeah.
And it was mentioned about the After the Arc show. When we first put that on, we didn't know how it was going to be received. It's our number one original show on Electric now. The fans, again, they gravitate towards it because they get a sense of community from it. They get to learn certain secrets that other fans don't have who aren't watching the After the Arc show. And again, it's interesting to see how genre shows can create communities.
Yes.
Speaking of such, this was mentioned a moment ago, and I want to go to Michael and after the next two comments. This year is also the 30th anniversary for the Stargate movie. We're having a fan celebration panel at San Diego Comic-Con. The Stargate fandom continues to grow. How amazing is that? But more importantly, thank you. That
It
And
is-
real quick before we go on, Dean, go ahead and promote what you're doing for Comic-Con as well with the
I don't know what I'm doing for Comic-Con.
Oh, well, you have Electric Now involved
Yeah.
with, yeah.
So on Electric Now, we're going to be doing a daily show promoting, basically a daily news show each day of the con. I'm going down there with the sci-fi people, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I might just be wandering around being a geeky fan.
Going to wear a disguise, or are you going to just be there for
why?
everybody to say hi? And
I'm not that famous.
are you sure?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'll tell you a funny story though, because you just put up that thing about Stargate. So
Yes.
recently in Serbia, I was given a Lifetime Achievement Award, and one of the things they did is they decided to screen Stargate, and they screened the original print that was dubbed in Serbian.
Oh
wow!
And when they put the movie up, it looked like a Charlie Chaplin movie. In other words, it was all faded, and there were scratches, and there was holes in the film. I felt like I was a billion years old. And then this man, a middle-aged man, walks over to me and said, "That was the first movie I ever saw."
Oh God!
So I kicked him
Really?
out. He said, "Get out!"
Dean, age is just a number. So just like
Yes, it is. Very quickly, I want to thank Dean and Electric Entertainment for putting the Saturn Awards online. It's about time those awards got some real recognition and attention.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been a fan for many years. I think what Dr. Reed did by starting it was really special. I think he acknowledged that there are certain types of entertainment that is not normally celebrated, and he wanted to make an award really for fans of genre, and the same kind of people who go to sci-fi conventions, and hopefully the same kind of people who watch our shows. So yeah, to get to take my favorite award show and put it up is very special. I mean, the thing about the Saturn Awards that I love so much is it's never about who wins. It really is. No one even can ever remember who won. It's always about people getting together and celebrating these shows together. It's why you'll see the DC guys applauding when the Marvel guys win, and they're all there to support each other. It's all a bunch of nerds super happy to see
Other nerds,
all the other nerds that they grew up watching and falling in love with.
As a matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to Jill again. Thank you. Con Daily is a joint venture between Electric Now and comicsbeat.com.
That's right.
And thank you, Jill, for that. I think there was another comment I want to get to, and then Michael, but I think I've lost track. Switching gears a little bit, Sarah. Oh, and by the way, before I read this question on air, everyone, folks, let us know who you are. And where you hail from. It's kind of cool to see where the audience is from around the world. It's really cool. But is asking, I'm looking forward to the sequel reboot of Librarians, but I'm a little nervous since I'm a loyal fan of the other. What can we expect? Yes, a spoiler, right?
Let me just say this. It is not a reboot at all. It is not a reboot. This is another story inside the universe of the Librarians. So this is an offshoot. This doesn't replace the other show. It doesn't replace the other characters. That storyline is continuing as this one goes on. My hope is that this thing is a big giant success and encourages platforms to say, well, we want more Librarian shows, and then hopefully I could bring back the original.
By the way, I'm not involved in it at all, but I've seen some of it, and it's amazing. You guys are going to love it.
Thank you.
Wow, that is absolutely awesome. Folks, we're well halfway through the program, if not more. Get your questions in, get your comments, please. Michael. JJ Joe is in Denver, Colorado. Absolutely awesome. We got the first one in there. Michael, if you have some questions, if not, I want to ask John specifically about some of the storyline that we saw in season 1 for preparation of season 2, if I may. Go ahead, Michael.
Well, let me do one thing. Going back to what you said you're still on a strict budget. I have to ask a silly question because I said it when we were reviewing the shows last year.
Oh.
That planet blowing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Did you use
yeah.
your whole entire budget on that?
Yeah. Yeah. That has got to be the best exploding planet I've ever seen.
Those guys did a great job on it. It's you know, it was a lot of our budget for that episode, certainly. And yeah, we did a lot of work on the design of that and what it was going to look like, and what we had to be very specific about what damage it was going to do to the arc for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, we didn't know if there'd be a season 2, but we wanted to make sure that we weren't, you know, killing ourselves. So yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, literally. Aisha says, I'm from a little island off the coast of some place called Europe. Yeah, we call that, well, either England. Yeah, she's west of London, which is really kind of cool. Um, John, the storyline you mentioned for season 2, you already have it mapped out. It was obvious you had season 1 mapped out because as we were doing the reviews weekly, some of the stuff we caught, but I'm sure you laughed at us because we missed a lot of the stuff, and then we caught it after. Is there any hint, any major thing that you can say, hey, look, boneheads, don't miss this? Anything in particular you can give away? Yeah, that might lead into season 2.
I don't want to tell. I don't want to say because if I do, it'll give away what I'm hinting at.
Okay,
You know
and
what I
then
mean?
that's fair. Okay.
That is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll
okay.
say this. I'll
Oh,
say this.
please.
If you watch season 1 and they talk about what happened before the launch of Arc 1, that information will be very helpful to you in season 2.
Got it.
That is a big deal. That is. And Dean, I think the audience is going to go crazy with that. You're so kind because I get it. As a tiny, tiny, small time storyteller, you want to see the reaction of the audience. That's why you're in it. John, are there times that when you were, well, both of you, what surprised you most of the audience when either they caught it or missed it? What was it for season 1 that you're like, wow, they were really on the ball. They caught this. Was there a moment like that in season 1?
God, there were a lot, and I can't
Really?
remember any specific ones, but there were quite a few. I'm always lurking on the various pages and things, and I get a kick out of the wrong ones, and I get frustrated by the right ones because I want to fool people, and but I'm also really impressed with how closely they're watching when they do get it right. So I can't name a specific one. I can't remember any.
But I will tell you this. John and I knew that it was going to be a big shocker in season 1 when they suddenly run into another Arc ship.
Oh,
And
yes,
it was,
you said that on our
yeah,
show.
you did. You
wouldn't
told
tell
us.
what it was. You just said everything changes the next episode, and we're going, what do you mean change?
and it was so much fun to watch people react and try to figure out how it's possible that there's another Arc ship. And the theories they came up with were fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But you get a kick out of that. You get a kick out of seeing that they didn't see it coming. And you even get a kick out of the few who go, I knew it was going to happen, because that's great too, you know.
Yeah, I was a fan of the Arc 15 whole premise, and I didn't like the fact that you all killed off the cannon. I love the cannon on
You
Arc
love the
15.
cannon. That's all we ever talked about.
I love that cannon, and I can't believe you all destroyed it. But I have a question. We've kind of been neglecting. No offense, Dean. I love you, but I wanted to ask something, to Jonathan. Was we had your awesome daughter as one of our conversations, and I believe we asked her how it was like to work with Dad.
Oh, that's
And
right.
she came back and I expect, oh, he's a slave master and whatever. And no, she was like, oh, I treated it just like any other role. I'm curious to see the other side of it. And how did Dad feel working with her daughter?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm very, very conscious of not favoring her in any way. So she doesn't get the scripts before anybody else does. She doesn't know what's coming any more than anyone else does. I know that some of the other casts every once in a while are asking her, hoping she knows something, and she doesn't. And I don't ask them to schedule her any differently. I stay out of. She's just another actor there, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of professionalism and working. And So she probably thinks of me kind of the same way as all the rest of them do, which I don't, I hope is good. But she knows better. She never calls me and asks me, what's coming up or anything like that.
Just a quick follow-up. Was there anything in her performance that surprised you?
Well, I was a little worried she wouldn't be able to play evil as well as she did.
Oh, no, she did that well.
Wonderfully.
Because she's
Yeah.
not, that is just not her in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And so I was a little worried about that, but she had done it. We made her do one of the pieces she had to read for the audition. She had to do it. So I wasn't too worried.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
no,
on a specific question, again, I want, hopefully Michael has something else as well. There was a comment. What was your favorite hallucination from episode 4? You gentlemen can tell us which was the more popular episode. But for me, episode 4, hallucination, crystallized. I don't know. They may not work, but episode 4 crystallized it for me. That one came out of, that was a score. I think that is still one of my favorite episodes. It was so well done. They all were. That's my favorite. Sorry.
I think it's a favorite of the majority of the
sure.
fans, just from what we see. We have some wild ones like that coming up this season that I think people will find a lot of fun.
Wow.
Not hallucinations, but other crazy stuff.
Of course. It's on the first 3 episodes, and you will correct me because I'm wrong. It was disaster from disaster. It was survival. And then we get this hard emotional story. It really, it added weight and it was so well done. It is one of my favorites. And I'm sorry, I don't want to monopolize. Michael. Here we go. Will we ever see an ARC blooper program? I don't know if you've done it already, but I was just love it when things go wrong on a great show.
It will probably happen at some point. Keep an eye on the after shows. I'm sure at some point they'll be running some outtakes.
Okay, and Marcia says, "What about the ARC merchandise? Fans have been really asking." Yeah, I have to cover up Jag on that one for the moment, but all kidding aside, we have been wondering if there's going to be something anytime soon.
We're working on it. I think there's going to be some at the Electricon.
Awesome.
And if that works out well, then hopefully we can, really start to get stuff out there.
I want a Jonathan Glassner action figure.
No, yeah, right. Yeah, because he's so full of action.
Because he's so full of action.
The script didn't work. No. So, how many drafts do you go through in your writing until we see what you see? Or we see what we see on the show?
It depends on the episode. Some of them, a lot of drafts, and and on some of them, there's maybe 2 drafts because, I'm fortunate that our writing staff is so good that they don't need a lot of rewriting. So sometimes we have to do rewrites because of things we're changing. Sometimes we'll be setting something up for later that we didn't realize till after they wrote the script, that kind of thing. But it's it's really a group effort with this writing staff. So we've gotten.
I was just going to ask, you guys were awesome with the season 1 cliffhangers. Almost every episode had a cliffhanger. Without giving too much away for season 2, are we going to see that kind of mechanic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely our format. We'll be sticking to it.
It works.
There's a lot of doozies.
Yeah.
Well, but at the same time, though, I want to stress that one of the things that I think that Jonathan does so brilliantly is that even if you haven't caught up with the show, you can pop in on any given episode and get a beginning, middle, and an end of an episode and fully enjoy it without having to have seen every single episode before it.
That's
really
story
difficult.
arc.
Yeah, normally in these serialized, in serialized shows, you have to have seen every episode or you're totally lost. And Jonathan really makes sure that every episode is its own episode. But if you are following the entire thing, you get a lot more.
Got it. One more thing, real quick. Just real quick. One final thing I want to ask. Do we get to know more about Arc 2 in season 2?
About Arc 2?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Okay. That's it. That's all I wanted to know.
We'll find out about several other arcs, but not Arc 2.
Okay.
I don't know where we got this image. It was a fan production of the ARC Comet Water, and I think someone in the chat room says it would be great if we have some shot glasses like that.
Well,
that's a recommendation.
I don't know if I don't know which is the chicken or the egg, but the broadcaster in South America actually made those glasses and gave them out as gifts to fans.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good to know where it came. I forget who
I
uploaded,
don't
who
know if
gave
they
that image
copied
to us.
it or I don't know who did it first, but I know that they gave them out as gifts.
Wow.
Aisha says, on a quick aside, do you know there's a cafe in Handover, Hampshire called the Ark?
Now you
Well,
do.
that's weird because we invented the word arc, I think.
Yes.
Did we?
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, there it is.
There you
I think
go.
that's our word, really.
Look at that.
Yay,
Electric
electric.
Entertainment. It's always great to see the two greatest gentlemen in TV together on the same podcast.
You
I
don't
would
get a
say-
raise for that.
Who's behind?
Do you know who that is that's doing that? You have an idea?
Dean was typing it underneath on his.
Oh, is that what okay.
That works.
Yeah.
That works. Folks,
Hello,
we're
Electric.
down to just a few minutes. Any other comments, please? Now, I do have a picture that was sent in. I thought it was kind of funny. I want to share it with you, gentlemen. Someone from one of the fan groups said, "Anybody for a quick game of Twister?"
That's great.
Fabulous. That's awesome.
That is from Marcia Middleton, and
Beautiful.
she put this out there. Season 2 begins July 17th. Gentlemen, does that blow you away? The fans themselves are doing this. Isn't it amazing?
It's
Yes.
awesome. I mean, I don't read it because I don't want our stories to get influenced, but I love that they write fan fiction. I love that they do drawings. I love that they bring their own creativity to their fandom. It's again, I think it's one of the things that makes genre fans different than other types of fans. But again, the engagement, the community, the friendships that are formed over the show, it's remarkable.
I've seen some amazing drawings and paintings of our cast that just blow my mind. Some
yeah.
talented fans out there.
We try to highlight some of that on the After the Arc show.
Oh, wow.
Are you going to continue that for season 2?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, he mentioned it was one of the biggest programs on the network.
You never know. You never know.
There she says, "Thank you. I did that pick for fun. Glad you enjoyed it."
Beautiful. Thank you.
Greg says, with the pedigree behind the show, it's not a surprise to me. And
Greg.
that one is right. Greg is in Maine, I believe, right now. Hope is in Louisiana. She may be going to the convention as well. So that is absolutely cool. Folks, like I said, we're down to minutes. Please drop in your questions or comments. Michael, anything else you want to get in right now?
Well, I did now. I forgot what it was, but that's okay. Nah, just go on. Somebody.
All right, fair enough.
Lost my chain of thoughts.
JJ Joe says, I've had one of my caption these submissions on After the Arc. That is
so cool.
Well, we thank you for joining us on that one. So, okay, we have 12 episodes, same thing as last year. Okay. The first 3 are already on IMDb, just their titles. That's it. Nothing else. No cast, no nothing. Stupid question. We're going to see any new cast members?
Yes.
Quite a few more, maybe. Just a few.
Yeah,
a
2
lot.
or 3.
Oh, okay, 2 or 3.
And some really
Arc or 2.
some really wonderful characters coming on board this year. Great actors with really interesting characters, and they're going to bring some knowledge that the people on our ship don't have, and that knowledge is going to shake things up.
Yeah.
Now, just okay. Let me ask a question on that. Because we talked about your cast that they were from all over. Is the new additions the same that you are getting people from all over to be in the cast? So that honestly, that is what I enjoyed. Even though when we had Ryan on, I could not handle his accent because I was used to Angus, and it was like, this is just not right.
Doesn't he do an amazing American accent?
It's
He
amazing.
does. I told him so, and I told him, I said, I really thought you were an American, and then I saw where all of his agent was and everything. I said, it's all in the UK. That doesn't make any sense.
And it was his first big professional job.
Yes.
I mean, just really remarkable.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to ask a question, but I'm not going to because I know. So I'm going to read myself. But Ryan,
you guys asked about new characters. I do want to tease one thing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. In episode 6, you're going to meet. You're going to meet a new character that's going to blow your mind.
Again, episode 6. Is this?
Yep.
Is
Yo,
this the
what
trend?
is it with episode 6 and everything going?
That's right,
Crazy
because that's
after
what
that.
Dean
But
told
that's our
us.
middle mark. That's our middle mark.
Yeah, and it was absolutely awesome when he says, "Folks, you got to pay attention. This next episode is going to change some stuff right now." And boy, did it! I want to give a quick shout out to the ARC fan groups. We have the ARC fan group. You can see the link down at the bottom, as well as the ARC series fan group. So there's
Incredible
two
people.
groups on there. I'm sorry, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong?
Yep. No, I was saying incredible people that just help promote the show and keep the interest going. It was tough for them and anybody else to kind of, wait for the production. And it's no offense, no, we didn't want to rush you, but it's tough to keep the momentum going, and they did an exceptional job.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I also want to thank Electric Entertainment for all the help they've been giving me in the last few weeks, getting you both on. That wanted that last. We had Dean on last year. I tried to get you, Dean, but didn't work. But I mean, if people are listening
Wait a minute.
for the first time,
No,
and
Dean
have
was
not-
on last year.
Dean
John.
wasn't, Jonathan was.
John.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
John
mean,
was the one
I
that
knew
we
what he
connected.
meant.
Brain
Yeah.
starts
He,
to
he
die
was
after.
he was busy writing. Leave him
Probably.
alone.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Yeah,
But-
I mentioned early on, Dean this is his third time suffering with us now, or with me. Sorry.
Well, with you,
So,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
But what I was going to say is, if you haven't seen, if you are binging season 1 or you're watching season 1 for the first time, go back to our ndbmedia.net or some of our other links and look at After Arc on Electric Now, or look at our stuff that we did. I mean, we had at least a dozen cast members on our show,
That's right.
and we're proud. We're proud that we did it, and we had 8 on at one
They
time.
loved it. They absolutely loved being on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That's
it was a major thing for me, because I'm going to say it again. Dean, we've been buddies for a while, and to see you live on that day, that was great with Jonathan and all the cast on the live right after the season premiere. I never thought a year and a half later I'd be right in here. It's just amazing how the world of fandom works. And it's been too long, Dean. Been too long.
Well, I'm glad it's continuing.
Yeah, I'm glad
Yes.
so, and I wish you guys the best. I hope there's a season 3, season 4, season 5, season 19.
Well, thanks for helping to try and make that happen.
Yeah.
Well, and what do you want for the fans to do for you for this season?
Yeah.
Other than
Talk about it. Go online, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everyone on social media. The thing is, it's very hard to make noise nowadays. It's hard to cut through all the things. So, the best thing that the fans can do is watch the show, watch it again, tell their friends about it, talk about each episode. We even take our after show and we put it out as an audio only podcast. Share that with people. So anything we can to get the word out, we appreciate it, and it's the best chance that we get to make more of these.
Wow.
there you go.
Definitely. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone that was in the chat room. A lot of questions, a lot of comments. It was great. I know we didn't get to everyone. I thought that was kind of funny. Crisis Lab just stated season 19 is going to be out there. Oh, did we lose them?
We lose
Then they're back. Yes.
Oh, now they're back. Okay, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Someone,
I guess
someone-
ARC whatever lost the connection right now. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
FTL came in, so
We're still doing sublight. Sorry. No, look, everyone is thanking folks. We're lucky to be here. You gentlemen give your time to be on with us and to communicate with the fans, which we all are. You guys make it easy. And I mean that by what you do. There were a lot of fans that did not like the first 3 episodes because they didn't understand that these were basically kids that were trying to cope with the situation. We told them, keep watching. And then they got it. Like a lot of Star Trek fans, Dean and John, they were frustrated. They're like, how can these people be so incompetent? It's not they're incompetent. It's they didn't know.
They weren't trained for this.
Right. And they had to grow. And that's why it was absolutely, it was fun. I joined it late and I enjoyed the run. And I can't wait to see what you gentlemen, you, both of you, the cast, the crew. Wow. Wow. Can't wait. I cannot wait to have the conversation with everyone on your program. It's
Well, I
awesome.
think, in
Yeah.
season one, it was a little bit. I mean, not every episode, but it was a little bit disaster of the week. It was like a big disaster movie. And
Yeah.
I think one of the things you're going to see in season two is that we actually start to embrace some other science fiction concepts, and the show really goes in some pretty wild directions. Jonathan has really, I mean, he's blown me away with what he's done with the show this year, and I think people are going to be really surprised.
Yeah, the
And I
first
know
season was a lot of what we writers call pipe laying. It was setting things up to happen, which is why the first three probably felt that way to a lot of people. Now the pipe's laid, so this season we hit the ground running and we're moving.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
it's a roller coaster. It's fun.
So even though we had to wait all this time, I'm appreciative of the schedule that the arc is starting in July because episode 3 falls on my birthday. So it's gonna be
Nice.
awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And I already kind of saw the title of that episode, so I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. But thank you, Mr. Devlin and Mr. Glassner, for making a show like this that
You're
really hits the epicenter of fandom, I think. And I think we've got a special group of fans out there, and you guys are our leaders. So there you go.
Yeah. And actually benevolent leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on their time. I know that they have stuff they have to do, all legal, production, and everything. They're so kind enough to spend an hour with us. I wanted to let them make their next meeting on time, so we have to go. Again, I think you gentlemen saw the thank yous, the amazing experience. And Greg says, episode 1 for me seemed like a great advocate for STEM education.
Very interesting.
Wow. That is cool. Gentlemen, on behalf of everyone, yes, it's a TV show. And yes, we are fans, but you guys are telling stories that affect us and give us reason to look forward to what's coming next. I humbly thank you. Thank you for the opportunity of being with us today. And keep doing it, man. Keep it going.
Thanks for
Thank
having us
you.
on.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah.
All
Take
right.
care.
All right, guys.
Take
Take it
care.
easy. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
See
you.
guys. Come
All
back.
right.
Yeah,
Ladies and
come
gentlemen,
back.
we're going to go ahead and end this program right now. This was crazy. Get me off. Okay, thank you. Oh, no, not that one.
I didn't do
Okay,
that.
no.
I didn't do that. No.
All right, we're going to see. Maybe we could mess with Jill and bring her on live right now because she's
Oh
still
no,
with
she
us.
would kill me. So we're
They
not.
would
gonna do
kill,
it. But I
yeah.
would like to tell everyone, going forward, we're working on
I'm
what?
sorry.
what?
No! She put in the private
Oh, I didn't
chat.
see the no. Okay.
Yeah,
I told
I'm
her she'd
sorry.
kill me. I told you. But anyway, going forward, we are
you.
going to have what some people last season were bugging us about. We tried, couldn't get it. We are going to have some behind the scenes people. And kind of like Dean and Jonathan were kind of behind the scenes because there's the showrunners, but we're going to have more of that. We're going to have some writers come on. We're working on that. Visual effects people, practical effects, along with the actors from the show. So, which I don't know if Roger saw my my memoranda, whatever. Memo, that's a better word. Our behind the scenes people will be under our Talented Universe banner, and all of the cast members will be under our Trekking Across the Universe. Mainly because some of them are in different time zones, and we just wanted to split them up so our poor co-hosts don't have to be everywhere all the time if they can't. So just everyone, that's one reason we did it, that one reason, and I had to have it approved by certain people. So yeah, I had to do it a month or two ago. But anyway, watch our pages, see what's going on. I try to post it as soon as I can when something is coming up. So anything else, Roger?
Let me tell Michael, Jag, and everyone else something. There are a lot of people that just want to get the spoiler. They want to be first out there. They want to do a lot of stuff. And programs get burned because they're storytellers. They want to do it on their terms. And because of all of you that were with us and us with you, we played respectfully within the universe. And look at what happens. They trust all of us. It's not me, it's not Michael, it's not Jag, it's all of us. And they come and have a conversation with us. It's not meant to be a lecture, it's meant to be a statement. It's really cool in that we're fortunate that we all work together and we're here. It's really fun, it's really exciting. And I want to thank everyone that joined. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to get to all of your comments, but they were great. They were reading them. You know they were. You could see their eyes. And it was absolutely awesome. We get another shout out from Greg, Aisha, Marsha, and Susie. Absolutely, thank you. And folks, everyone who's subscribed, you're doing us a solid. We're trying to get to 1,000 on YouTube. Please head on over to at ndbmedia.net. That's DOTNET on YouTube. Couldn't get the other one, believe it or not, but it's there. And thank you, Michael. It's incredible what you've done. Most of this, if not all of it, goes to you. You've been the one behind the scenes. You are the man. There's no doubt about it. And Jag, from not knowing you to now where you are with us, wow, dude. And everyone else in the chat room, we are humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why do we do this? Because you guys are with us.
Yeah.
I've said this before. We are you and you are us. We're just the luckier that we get to be here talking to them direct. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right. Whatever. We're done. I can't handle that anymore.
And
That's
coming
all
soon,
right.
coming soon, we'll have the Michael Day fan group. So.
Oh, you think it doesn't exist now?
Oh, it already does exist.
It does?
Oh, yeah. It was put in 2008.
Wow.
When I met Roger, when I was on the air the first time.
Well, let me just say that today was a dream come true. I had been trying to meet Dean or talk to Dean or even say hi to Dean. And I want to thank you guys for the opportunity. I also want to thank the fans because they're the ones that kept the show going. They gave us the opportunity to bring these two incredible people to come visit with us today. So it's been a great day, I think, for everybody.
More important, yes, I didn't mean to say that. I was going to add Jill being able to work with Michael and to work with them to have them join us. It was fun, folks. We got it. We got some teases today. We got some stuff from them. In a way, folks, they can't help themselves because they want to, you know, it was fun. We actually did get quite a bit. We might have to do a program after the program to count. All right, I'm going to leave it to the audience. Okay, and we need your suggestions as to when we're going to. Michael, have we determined when we're going to be on?
Well, that was the problem.
Because there's two facets to what we do.
Well, yes, and the problem is I was trying to get information from Sci-Fi Channel to confirm, but Dean just said it's not going to stream until the next week, and a lot of our viewers last year had to wait till the stream because they don't get TV Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
So we have to make the decision. Do we want to wait a week or do we go ahead and do it? Because we were planning on kind of doing it Sunday evening. But if that's the case, the people that stream, if they stream it, they won't see it yet.
Yeah.
So it's a tough decision. We'll have to decide. Or we could ask the chat groups to let us know because those are our main people that, you know, watch those at least live.
So it's on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yes.
On Wednesday.
Thank you for that. And then we were doing the reviews on Sunday. So
correct.
Everyone else watches it on.
Well, see, everybody last year they were watching it the next day on Peacock. But now Peacock, it's going to be a week later. So it'll be, I guess, the following Wednesday.
Because if we do it well, okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna have to really think about this.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna have to really think about this.
So what I meant by the two facets is we're going to be doing the Sunday night review program, and then when we have guests on with us, that could be at any time. That's why we ask you to head on over to ndbmedia.net to check out everything that's going on.
And like this one, this podcast was last minute. I thought it was going to happen in about 2 weeks, and then I got a notification, oh, tomorrow. And it was like, what? Tomorrow?
I would love for all of the groups to check amongst themselves and see, because
put a poll up. And
first of all,
we
are humbled in the Facebook groups, the Facebook groups, that we are mentioned. So that's number one. We would be interested in knowing, because this is a big deal for all of us. This is a dilemma. Do we stay on Sublight or do we go to FTL?
This is our episode 4.
Oh man!
That's what it is.
Pretty good, dude. That's pretty
I know. This is our episode 4.
Aww!
I also want to thank
6?
Electric Entertainment for showing up on the chat. That was cool. Electric Entertainment showing up and that was cool for them. Yeah, even though they didn't get a raise, it was cool.
Do you know what was really funny and horrifying? When John said, "I was watching your programs."
I know.
He said, I think he said it twice. The first time I melted, because I did mention him indirectly. I think I said, "Oh, great! After that, we're never gonna have him on." He must have chuckled when he saw that.
I think we're going to have to go do a GoFundMe for his therapy, because it was like, wow, he actually does so much. That's amazing. That's crazy.
We're stunned.
Yes.
Folks, thank you. It means a great deal to us. Head on over to ndbmedia.net. There's a lot of stuff going on. When we do have, right now we're doing House of the Dragon on Monday night, which is an incredible amount of fun. We have Fandom Access on Tuesday. We are having a little trouble getting the Jet Setter going on Wednesday, and there it is. Thank you, Hope. Oh, that means a great deal. Thank you, Hope. And on Thursday we have Travel Edge Radio. On Friday, whatever. Saturday we have Sports Talk with the guys. On Sunday, well, it's kind of open right now, but we're also doing a Back to Galactica review on Thursdays. So due to scheduling, we're going to be on in about a week or two, I think, in about 2 weeks. There's always a lot of stuff going on. We do Comics 101. We do The Professionals. And I mean, we have a program entitled as such. We're just blown away, folks. Check us out. If you have any ideas on the other stuff we're doing. Oh, yeah. And Sad Old Guy is doing a program on the relationships on Saturday night. So if you want to join that one. Yeah. Ugh. And I didn't even have anything to drink for that one. Michael Bednar just gave us a like. Thank you, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Michael is involved in a massive fan project, which is called Trek Forward.
Farragut Forward.
Farragut Forward. Oh, I blew it. Farragut Forward. Oh, my gosh. Farragut Forward. Yes, they have a big event coming out very, very soon. And it's taken them about a year to get this. This has been a big project. It's really good. Can't wait to see. But you all know Starship Farragut did an incredible amount of stuff over the years, and I can't wait to see what they're doing now. Michael, thanks for joining us. Okay, Jag, any announcements? Oh, my goodness. Clementina, thank you for watching us. And yes, I appreciate what Jag has told me. Yeah, I know. I was probably a little lazy today, and I think about that all the time, Clementina. Seriously. We know that there's an extended family that we may never ever meet, but we're blown away, man. We're blown away when we hear about other family members. And hey, folks, it helps us too. So I'm talking way too much. Michael, anything else?
No, just look at the webpage. Look at that. If you're into music, we do a lot of music programs on Talented universe
Oh
at,
my God, I didn't
at
mention
Talented Dash Universe on YouTube. It's really cool. I have a co-host that is from South Africa, which really makes it give it an international flair.
And not only that, folks,
really
if
good.
you've noticed, if you've watched the program, he's blind. But his love of music is incredible. And folks, for those of you that enjoyed the intro to this program, I don't know if you've seen it or paid attention to it. That was him. Yours truly right there. That was him. So,
Thanks.
all right, folks. Yeah, Jack.
The only thing I'm just saying the showrunners gave us some homework, so let's make them proud and let's make sure that season 2 is successful.
They did give us some homework. Yes, and please, folks, please like and follow us on Trekking Across the Universe Facebook page, YouTube, the Trekking Across the Universe. We really need it. We need to get to 100 on that one. I mean, we're way above on all the other Facebook, but that one is, we need to get to 100. And on YouTube, if we can get to 1,000, things change on that one, folks. And that's the one that I'm trying to really hit on that one. Okay, Jag, Clementina, Michael, I'm Roger. This is the ARC program that we're here for. And we're back. This is great.
We're back, baby.